All right, you guys, it is Blake Lively and Justin Baldoni Day. Finally, to all of the women out there that are watching, no matter what you do in life, you never, ever, ever go full Amber Heard. The conclusion here, I have said this since before, long before this ever broke out between her and Justin Baldoni. Blake Lively is not a good person, that she has proven herself not to be a kind person, okay? And that's largely due to the fact that she is a modern feminist, and so she has to create struggle where there just isn't any, okay? She has a track record of being difficult to work with, from Armie Hammer, who got fired from Gossip Girl because he said during a dinner that she was a bitch, regarding Blake Lively and Ryan Reynolds, when I just recognize that they are up on their high horses and that they potentially treat people very badly and that really they're bored and rich. Another circumstance that made me see right through Ryan Reynolds and the kind of person that he is, when despite being friends with Joe Alwyn, who dated Taylor Swift for 5 years. She's best friends with Blake Lively. Ryan and Blake and two other of her friends all staged a mass unfollowing of Joe Alwyn like they were 13 years old. Okay, Ryan, you're 48 years old. Grow up. Literally grow up. I have not seen a case so open and shut in my life. And the more that I read and the more details that I get into, I'm just shocked at how many lies were told, okay? This is about that narrative that I think they instantly started spinning. I believe that they are going to be able to prove in court that this was personal. Ryan Reynolds versus Justin Baldoni, all of the—
What happens to the flawless face you see on red carpets and magazine covers? Is the closed courtroom concealing a web of unsaid drama? As Blake Lively, one of Hollywood's most well-known stars, negotiates a contentious legal dispute with actor-director Justin Baldoni, that is the troubling question that surrounds her. Lively seems to be the epitome of perfection on the surface. A well-liked actress, a loving mother, and a style icon. But even in Tinseltown, delusions can only last so long before reality sets in. We're taking off the glitzy exterior today and getting right into the controversy that has everyone talking. What could be hiding behind Blake Lively's seemingly perfect reputation? And why is she so intent on keeping this battle a secret? What would happen if the murderer and her murderer are simultaneously hiding in the deepest ravine? And what is up with this battle of the books? Hollywood has long promoted the idea that being famous can shield you from almost anything, from minor annoyances to significant scandals. Although public relations tactics and well-known friends frequently help to smooth over life's bumps, a court of law doesn't have any prestige or high-profile clients. With your well-chosen entourage and the best stylist money can buy, however, none of that matters when the judge calls your name. Blake Lively seems to find herself in precisely that predicament. Even though she has been on the SE list for a long time, she can still attract large crowds to any red carpet event. She is renowned for her impeccable public persona, high fashion statements, and charitable endeavors. What makes her the target of a legal dispute with Justin Baldoni of all people? Although they are not well known, someone respects it as well. In actuality, nobody even knew his name prior to this lawsuit. Rumors are circulating that Lively's customary control over her portrayal is eroding. This is a clash between her painstakingly constructed image and an unmanageable legal reality. It serves as a sobering reminder that fame doesn't deter a determined attorney from probing every aspect of your life in court. And for those who are closely observing, the tension only gets worse. There is more going on here than just a simple argument, and it has the potential to completely change our perception of Blake Lively. But that is not yet the whole picture. The gag order is a common tactic used by celebrities when they feel trapped. Though it's the most glitzy thing money can buy, it makes sense on paper to try to silence the most hurtful comments if you can't stop the legal process. But courts aren't always so susceptible to pressure. The main purposes of gagging orders are to preserve the fairness of a trial or to protect vulnerable witnesses or sensitive parties such as minors. However, it's more difficult to try to silence a whole legal proceeding simply because you don't like what they might say. Rumor has it that Blake Lively has repeatedly requested these orders against Baldoni and his lawyer, Brian Friedman, in spite of this. According to reports, she has cited inflammatory remarks and sensitive information as justifications for limiting her public remarks. However, the judge seems to ignore her requests each time she tries to button up the conversation. Why? Critics contend that you cannot make the entire process into a private VIP event if you take a dispute to court. Fans are pondering what Lively might be so desperate to conceal in the meantime. Whatever the response is, one thing is for sure. Every time these hush requests are denied, the interest in the whole matter only grows. and it gets more complicated the further we go. Many well-known legal disputes end before they reach a public hearing. Occasionally, there is a discreet settlement where money is exchanged and everyone moves on, usually cloaked in non-disclosure agreements, or occasionally there are other situations. According to reports, Blake Lively's team attempted to persuade the judge that this case should be dismissed, but the judge refused, and the court dismisses suits deemed frivolous. Lively pleas seem to be ignored in a time when courts require hard proof before dismissing a case. Put another way, she seems to be shut out of the legal system by the star power that frequently opens doors for her in Hollywood, which there is no short-lived speculation about who she is dating or what project she will work on next on her IMDb page. Rather, it's a conflict that is gaining traction due to each unsuccessful attempt to stop it. Why would someone as seemingly trouble-free as Lively work so hard to make a legal dispute go away when the public and media have noticed? Is she scared of skeletons rattling too loudly if this goes to trial? Or is it just a matter of principle? A routine civil dispute has become a raging pot of rumors due to the judge's unwillingness to budge, and the more she attempts to put out the fire, the more it appears to be a 5-alarm fire to outsiders. However, that isn't even the most important twist. Waiting in the Wink's deposition is the one thing that chills a celebrity more than a few words. Depositions, in which lawyers ask pointed questions under oath without any special treatment, are the ultimate truth-fishing expedition in a civil lawsuit. No meticulously planned script, and no rewrites at all. In sharp contrast to the media interviews that Hollywood executives tightly regulate, any slip-up or partial truth could be used as evidence in court. Blake Lively is going to tremendous team lengths to avoid a confrontation with Justin Baldoni's lawyer, Brian Friedman, if the rumors are true. According to reports, Friedman has a penchant for drama and once threatened to sue her until she died. Naturally, that's enough to make anyone perspire, but from the perspective of the court, personal stress isn't a good excuse for skipping a deposition. If anything, Lively's persistent attempts to postpone or prevent the deposition only serve to feed the rumors. Friedman's brazen manner may even make matters more awkward, but that's the nature of litigation. What worries her if Friedman begins to ask pointed questions while she is under oath? Supporters speculate that it might be anything from contractual disputes to behind-the-scenes manipulations. On the other hand, detractors contend that ignoring inquiries merely gives the impression that something is worth concealing. Ultimately, unless there are really exceptional circumstances, the law rarely permits people to avoid depositions. And Lively's team files in that interrogation chair, Friedman appears more intent than ever on questioning her. Depositions are just one piece of a bigger puzzle, but one mistake could blow this case wide open and expose everything she's working so hard to keep hidden. Blake Lively is a fashion icon who thrives in the spotlight like no one else. Her image shines as brightly as the diamonds she wears, and she is frequently praised for her impeccable style, brand endorsements, and charitable appearances. However, the focus of legal proceedings is on facts, testimony, and evidence, rather than image management. A damning revelation stated in court documents cannot be overshadowed by even the best-planned public relations campaign. Lively's powerful network may be working extra hours behind the scenes. Leading agencies, crisis managers, and well-known advisors are usually adept at changing the narrative before the public can capitalize on a celebrity's gaffes. However, this is not a minor social media controversy or a postponed talk show appearance. Every filing hearing and motion in this ongoing legal dispute becomes public knowledge. It's not so easy to brush it under the rug. Fans are left to consider a startling possibility. Perhaps the polished image is the result of clever marketing, and the star they look up to is more than just a modest, smiling icon? Can anyone really sustain that degree of perfection without making the odd mistake in judgment, after all? The consequences for Lively's brand image, and for people who believe she is incapable of wrongdoing, could be dire if she loses control of this story. However, Friedman is not the only person involved in this legal dispute. Brian Friedman is a divisive figure. One minute he's that tough lawyer denouncing alleged wrongdoing, the next he's making dramatic remarks about suing famous people to death. He is viewed by critics as an opportunist who uses well-known people to boost his own profile. Supporters contend that he is merely carrying out his duties and making every effort to protect his clients' interests. Blake Lively believes that Friedman is the one person in this whole mess that she really wants to stay away from, and who can blame her? He is known to have documents and evidence that could be used against him, and his style is straightforward and even confrontational. According to the Star's account, it makes sense that she is protesting that he personally led her deposition. What makes Lively SE uncomfortable with Friedman's strategy? Some speculate that he might be in possession of receipts attesting to power struggles that take place behind closed doors. In any case, it's igniting a drama so intense that fans, critics, and even casual bystanders are paying close attention. Some think he's just using intimidation as a strategy to weaken her resolve. Eager to see if Friedman will finally break through her polished facade, but no court case occurs in a vacuum. Every utterance becomes a social media post in the digital age. The rumor mill and fan camps form when Roar appears. CHS all the time. Team Blake, who believes she is the victim of opportunism, is on one side. They portray Lively as a strong woman standing up to harsh tactics and interpret Friedman's audacious threats as bullying. Team Baldoni, on the other hand, feels that Lively's desire for power has a darker side that is revealed by these legal actions, supporting Friedman as a truth seeker who tells the truth. Press outlets, meanwhile, are having a field day. Every move or statement made by either side is used as material for headlines, hashtags, and trending opinions on YouTube or TikTok. The assertion is that the public's curiosity is insatiable the more views it receives. Is the celebrity we believe we know merely a meticulously manipulated representation of the real world? Not only are the stakes personal, but they are also professional. A single revelation has the power to change careers. A scandal that damages one star can also elevate another. Additionally, losing the public's favor is like a financial hemorrhage in a field where reputation is currency. If you're wondering why people are so interested in every development, the answer is that while future projects, incomes, and reputations may all be on the line, the biggest test is yet to come. You can bet that the spectacle will attract interest from all segments of the entertainment industry if it makes it to the courtroom. Bloggers will examine body language, journalists will select a portion of each exhibit and transcript, and fans will vehemently debate which side they support online. Co-stars, directors, and producers may be asked to testify or make statements, which would add to the already enormous amount of hype. There's even a chance that more celebrities could be drawn into the conflict. But what's really at risk here? Isn't it just the reputation of one director or the immaculate public image of one actress? It's the more general issue of how much control one has over one's public persona, particularly when legal requirements conflict with Hollywood fabrications. Will Lively's celebrity help her get through this? Or will the court make her confront the kinds of disclosures she has avoided for years? The true question isn't whether she can avoid Baldoni and Friedman, rather, it's whether her Hollywood charm will be enough to protect her carefully manicured image from the scrutiny of a court that isn't hers. If something really explosive is hiding there, it might change our perception of her and serve as a warning to any famous person who believes they have total control over their narrative. For the time being, all we can do is observe, make assumptions, and prepare for whatever may eventually come to light. Is Blake Lively going to survive, or will her attempts to steer the story backfire spectacularly? That, my friends, is still up in the air, which is exactly why so many people have been enthralled with this legal battle. There isn't a tidy Hollywood conclusion here, just a rapidly developing drama that has the potential to completely alter the course of one of the most admired people in the business. There's always more to learn as the narrative progresses. I appreciate you logging in now. In order to be the first to know when more secrets are revealed, please like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell.